So we begin first night or the first morning. Wow. Of the first morning game we've ever played?
So
Very possibly. I was talking about it, but I don't think we have done it yet. Well, maybe later morning. Yeah, it is getting close to 10, so. We begin in the city of Neverwinter, which is in the northwestern side of Faerun, near the frigid spine of the world, though the region is called Neverwinter because the volcano Mount Hotenow keeps the area relatively warm, the river in particular. And so it is unseasonably warm considering this part of the world. The four of you are in the Mixwater Tavern in the northeastern gate of the city of Neverwinter. We'll say it's in this little corner right here. You've become somewhat regular drinking buddies. You each wound up here for various different reasons, and have expressed an interest in possibly adventuring, though no one has actually gotten up the courage to go find a bounty board and look for a job yet. Mostly it's been all talk at this point. It is a particularly rainy night in early to mid summer as you're sitting about. There we go. In the tavern. We'll play some tavern noises here. Rain outside, put the tavern noises inside. It is not Night in Roldes. We are in the wrong game. This is TSMG. And you're doing your usual weekend afternoon, evening. Actually, yeah, it's after dark. It's wet, it's raining, it's warm inside. There's a few people in here. Now, Neverwinter itself is a city that has only recently started to become busy again. It used to be one of the shining beacons of the north before Mount Hotenow erupted, raining ash and fire and debris all over the city and just decimating it and killing thousands of people. Which is how you wound up here, Varys. Try to pick through some of the rubble and maybe find some things, and unfortunately it seems like they were picked pretty well clean. Shadow and Brutus, if you're going with the story that I had proposed, were serving together on a ship that was sailing up and down the coast smuggling illicit goods, but it was nabbed by the authorities here in Neverwinter when you had set port for supplies. Mostly they were after the ship and the command crew, and so a lot of the sailors managed to jump ship and get aboard and disappear into the cities, which is how you two wound up hereabouts. But like I said, you started going to the regular taverns and drinking, and you ran into these other two, and you've kind of struck up at least a friendly drinking scene, if nothing else. So as you're sitting in the bar this one particular night, you see a man at the bar, and he's got an ale, and he's kind of drinking it quickly. He's an older man, human, and he's talking to the bartender. You can't really see what they're saying, and there's a lot of people in here, so you wouldn't necessarily care to see this guy in particular until the moment when he goes to pay for his drink and he accidentally spills a bunch of coins on the countertop. And he and the barkeep gather them back up, and he kind of sputters and mumbles how clumsy he is. Make a perception roll, everybody. Please. Nice. All right.
Paris the Oblivious.
Yeah.
Blame the ale.
So Varys and Shadow are deep in the ale and telling some tale or whatever, and they hear the splash of the coins, but doesn't really catch your attention. Brother Greycastle notices that they're definitely Brutus as well. Notice that not just your party, but a few interested parties turn and watch this interaction. And Brutus in particular notices a trio of thug types stop the conversation they were having, and just all three of them are kind of fixated on this fellow. And as he stumbles out of the tavern after paying for his drink, the trio slips out a rear exit on the other side of the tavern.
I'm concerned for his safety. I want to go and check out what's happening.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No.
That's right. You guys didn't see
I
that.
let him. It's like, yeah, look at that.
Now,
Yeah.
for the uninitiated or the viewer of said show that may not be in this room, Varys is an elven wizard. Shadow is a tabaxi rogue. Brutus is a hobgoblin fighter. And Percy is a human cleric.
Bugbear.
Bugbear. I don't know why I said hobgoblin.
Yeah.
Right, because bugbears are like the big furry guys, right?
Yeah.
With fists past their knees.
Mm-hmm.
That 10-foot reach that you have only applies to your attacks, not to opportunity attacks.
Okay.
I was looking that up earlier to figure out how that works. So you don't have a threat reach of 10 feet, but you can make attacks at that range.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue with it, but it doesn't, like...
Right. Well, in a lot of ways, I think having a shorter attack of opportunity range is better than a longer one, because then people can freely move about within 10 feet of you and you can't do anything about it. Better for you. I mean, better for them. Because then they can literally step 5 feet away from you to attack your friend, and you still don't get your attack of opportunity for them stepping away from you because they never left your threatening space.
See, that's the part that doesn't make any sense.
But you step out front, and you see a guy. Let me see if this is turned on correctly. All right, I believe it is. All right, so as you step out front, you see one of the thugs standing in front of a lit building. I assume you can see that it's lit. It's not showing me the lighting for some reason.
No, I don't see any lighting either.
No lighting at all? Really?
No. I mean, I can see the map, but I don't see any lighting effects.
Yeah.
Are there numbers on the map? Like a
Yeah,
watermark or
yeah.
something?
It's a Roll20 map that I didn't pay for.
Oh, okay.
So yes, it's watermarked. Yeah, I don't know why it's maybe I gotta do that.
Yeah, I think that's lighting from our characters.
You should still oh yeah, that's part of it. You guys all have night vision, so the lighting is gonna be always kind of bright around you.
All right.
I wanted the daylight mode to be much darker. There we go. So you
can't see the bottom quarter is all
Okay.
black.
Okay. So you see the one guy kind of stand and look out in the front porch lights of this little building here. And beyond him, you see the man has been cornered by the other two thugs. And they seem to be trying to shake him down. What would you like to do? Okay. Okay. Yes, you are. The
I don't need words. I'm just gonna like start heading over there.
the guy in the front of the building there says, "Mind your business."
Did he look at the party?
This guy here is looking at the party. Yeah. Yep. He's telling you to mind your business.
I say clearly.
I don't know. Do you want to roll initiative? Right now, you just came out of the tavern and you're just standing at the end of the alleyway.
Well, it's like I said, I was definitely moving towards him.
Okay.
How far do I get before we roll initiative?
I would say if you take a step forward, he's gonna draw his weapon. So we'll go ahead and just roll initiative. And you're not outside, so you can't hear this anymore. We'll turn the rain up, and we'll turn on some battle music. Come on, Rat Battle, why aren't you playing? There it is. It's called Rat Battle. It's the fight music I usually use for generic fights like this. It's from from Tabletop Audio. Do you see the names of the guys that you are fighting, or
No.
you can never remember if that's showing up or not? All
No
right.
needs, no health bars. Just.
I can only see the
tokens.
one guy here.
So this guy, the one guy you can see, says, "Oh, yeah, I think we got trouble." And he draws his scimitar, and it looks like he's readying. He moves to about here. So he's kind of facing your direction. He's got his sword up, but he's not doing anything other than that just yet. Brutus.
Obviously, I'm going to close the distance.
All right.
And that's as close as I can get.
Right. I mean, you
Still
could
have
move
an
closer, but then you couldn't attack. Right. Exactly.
But he's... No, he's not within threat range. Well, no, he is with the polearm.
You have a polearm?
The halberd?
Oh, you have a halberd. Does your... Just to double check, do they stack the ranges?
It says it adds 5 feet.
Adds 5 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, it does stack. All right, so he is within
Because
range.
I was questioning that too. I'm like, does it just give you 10 feet regardless?
Oh,
is it flat or is it a? No, it adds 5.
Did you see that I added the prize thing to your character sheet?
The what thing?
The surprise skill,
Oh,
because that wasn't normally on there.
right.
I was looking
forget
over
what
it.
that does if you attack
Surprise
a
attack.
person
I
around or
believe
something.
if you surprise a creature, which you didn't technically,
No.
so we're not going to add that damage.
Right.
But it still takes 9. You just kind of come out of nowhere at him, and he doesn't realize you're close enough until you just kind of backhand slash with the polearm. And no, he's not at 9. He took 9. Let me
Which
make
means
it
he's
so
at
you-
1.
There, now you can see his health bar. Set this guy the same way. And this guy the same way. All right, Shadow, you are up.
All right. Does feline agility give me enough to get up behind this guy?
That gives you an extra amount of movement, right?
It does. I think it lets me move double your speed.
Yeah, it lets you double move and still get an action.
So you can move 60 feet. So if you grab your token with the left click, like you're going to move it, and then you hit the Q key, you can actually see how far you can go.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so it's 60 feet to get
So you could get to this,
right behind him.
you know. Oh yeah, if you wanted to get to behind him, you can.
Is that, and I'm still able to attack?
And that's 60 feet, and you can still attack. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I think I want to get
Okay.
behind this guy.
Because he was readying for someone to get close, as you get within 5 feet of him, he strikes at you first because he was readying an action. But after that, you can attack him.
All right.
He hits armor class 11, which is a miss, I believe. So you come running at him, and he takes like a panic slice, but you whip around behind him. So he has turned to face you. Oops, I let go. But you are also in position so that if one of these guys moves up closer, then you'll be in flanking. And you can make an attack, but you don't get advantage yet.
All right. I guess I'm going to hit him with my short sword.
Okay, well that finishes him off. You cut him down as he panically spins around to see where you come from, and you just, and at that, his scream of pain alerts these other two goons. They spin around. Oh shit! Varys. Right. What? Is Jamie there? Is he watching? Okay. Did you throw it? Oh, yeah, you fail miserably. Thunk. All right. That bandit is going to whip around.
You threw it right into my shoulder.
He sees
Far
the
away from you.
he sees the tabaxi coming for him, and he draws his scimitar and moves to here. And he makes a scimitar slice at you, and it's AC 11. These guys are not so great. Grey Castle.
Well, let's see. I'm gonna move 5, 10, 30 to here.
Hello, cat. What do
I'm
you...
gonna radiant flame this guy,
All right.
or sacred flame.
Secret Flame. All right, so that is a dex save. DC 14. He makes it. No damage for a save?
Nope.
Okay. So he sees you come up, throw your flame ball, and he kind of leaps to one side and goes, ha ha ha, you missed! And then the thug, a much bigger looking guy, going to come up to here because he doesn't want to put his back to Brutus at the moment. Now the thug has multi-attack, so he is going to make 2 attacks against the tabaxi. Double mace strikes. The AC 17, I believe, hits you for 5 bludgeoning damage. And the next attack is a miss. Brutus. You can see who the real threat is.
Yep. I'm gonna move. Hold on.
Ouch. Cat, that's enough. Get down. Get down. Where are you moving?
Do I need to take my hit points down myself?
Yes, you do. Sorry.
No
I'm gonna
problem.
move here.
How much
Old
was
school.
that? I got
It was 5.
so I'm down to 4.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. 22 is a hit for 9 on this guy or the guy behind him.
Which guy?
Guy closest to you?
Yeah, this guy.
All right.
The brute, whatever he is.
So he takes 9. So Chuck, you can, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make it stick. Click on the if you just click on your green circle when you hit, well, you click on your token and the number comes up. You could just click on the number and just on the number pad on your keyboard, just type minus whatever, and it'll automatically do the math.
Nice. Okay. Very good.
Makes it a lot.
Especially when you get to higher levels.
Yeah, when you have like 108 hit points and you take 17 damage, you don't have to sit there and do the math.
Yep.
Brutus, you don't have an offhand attack or anything fancy like that because you have a two-handed weapon. So we're going to go to Shadow.
This seems like a sketchy situation. I'm gonna.
So if you're unarmed, could you technically make an offhand attack anytime you're unarmed?
I don't think so. I think unarmed
Okay.
attack is considered just an action.
All right.
Now, you have options. If you want to break combat, your real only option is the disengage action because then it lets you get away without the two of them getting free attacks on you.
All right.
When you get to be a higher level rogue, you can spend a bonus action to disengage. But for now, at first level, or you can just straight up attack, but you've got
Yeah, I feel
two
feel
guys
that
breathing
way.
down your neck. So
I'm gonna disengage. I just need to figure out where to click. Or do I just say disengage?
you just say you're disengaging. That's one
I'm gonna
thing
disengage.
I like about this is it's more like actually playing at the table.
All right.
You don't have to find a button for everything you want to do.
I'm gonna disengage and then I can move. Right.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna move back here to this back line.
Okay.
These two feel safe back here.
And that is your action.
I'm all alone.
Varys. Now, as far as we're concerned, this is the first time you four as a group have actually fought anybody. So I'm just saying, this is you getting to know each other's abilities. It's been all talk up to this point, so. Yeah. Whoops. TPK. Game 1. Fight 1.
I promise all my stories were true.
Okay. 11 is a miss. It is a miss. All right, the bandit has not been hit yet. Let's see. How smart is he? Smart enough to go down here and attack Brutus. Or not smart enough to attack Brutus, whichever the case may be. And he hits armor class 10, which is a miss. Gray Castle.
Well, I think I'm going to start by casting a Cure Wounds on Shadow.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, let's see.
Oh, geez.
Wait, what? How did I
More
do
than
that
enough.
much? I rolled max.
Yeah,
plus my
you did.
wisdom. Well, you're at full hit points.
Yeah, and then
I'm
some.
going to move right up to here,
Okay.
and that's my action. Oh, you know what? No. To here.
Okay.
That's my action.
All right. The thug, who has now been surrounded, is going to split his attacks, one on each of you. Mace to Grey Castle. It's a crit
Oh,
for 6 damage. He rolled really bad on his crit damage. And his other attack against the bugbear is a 23, which does 8 damage. Ouch. That one hurts. And he shouts out, "Mind your business! He's our
What did you
victim!"
say I took 8?
You took 8. And it's your turn, Brutus, and you are flanking.
Nice.
Oh, let me see that big damage. Let's go. Oh, 13's a hit. 7. All right.
Oh, I should turn surprise off.
Yeah, I made it toggleable for you.
Right.
Shadow.
Right.
Now remember, you can't use feline agility again until you've spent a turn not moving. Not that you need it right now,
Right.
but that's the drawback of it.
Makes sense. Fully rejuvenated now.
Right. You catch
Back
a
in-
catch your
back
breath.
with renewed vigor.
Okay.
And I'm going to hit this jerk with short sword.
All right, that is a hit. I believe you get to add your sneak attack dice because you have allies helping you in combat. So you can roll an additional
E6.
d6. I'll look real quick to see, but I think that's what it says under sneak attack. I'm looking at your sheet. So, if you have advantage, you don't need advantage if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of it. Yep. So you can add. Just roll another d6.
I hit 1d6 sneak, and it gave me this 4.
Okay. Sorry, I'm on a different tab. Okay, so you've done 10 total to this guy.
Take that.
Ouch. All right. He's hurting. He's not down. And Varys. He's like he does his double mace wham wham, thinking he's all hot shit, and then you come running up behind him, and right between his shoulder blades, just. Oh, you can take your offhand attack if you want.
Of course.
It doesn't add the sneak though, so it's just the 5 piercing.
That's fine. I meant to click that.
Wow. All right, Varys. Oh, you missed.
You should stop taking this guy to the tavern.
This bandit here can't really do. All right, he's going to risk it. He's going to move around to the other side to try to flank Brutus, but it will give Varys a free attack on him for breaking combat. Varys? That's you, Jim. Oh, make a. You can get a free attack on the bandit that just broke combat with you. Nope, you're right. It hasn't. All right, so with advantage, he's gonna try to scimitar the bugbear. Ooh, and he hits for 7. Brutus is down.
Oh no.
Grey Castle. You no longer have flanking.
I think I'm going to. No one else is hurt but me, right? Yeah.
Well, and the
Well,
downed Brutus.
Oh yeah, I can heal Brutus even though he's down.
You can.
Bonus action healing word on Brutus.
Okay.
That's it for my first level spells.
Yeah, that happens.
6 hit points, Brutus.
Brutus is up.
That was a bonus
Not
action.
prone. Yep.
But prone, so I still don't have advantage, right?
Not. Yeah, you would now that he's up. Yeah, you do.
Okay. So I am going to Warhammer this dude.
He's still a threat, even if he is on the ground. You have advantage,
Damn right I am.
and you kill him because he had 1 hit point after Shadow's second attack.
Nice.
The thug is realizing he's fucked now.
Yep. Because I am moving over to here.
Now, are you guys doing lethal damage? Just double
Oh
check.
yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
You're not? All right,
No.
so the thug is unconscious. Actually, I think the... Did you take out the first guy, too? Who took out the first guy? Oh, I think Brutus did.
No,
Yeah.
I think Shadow did, and I got the first hit. Whoever took the second hit did.
Yeah, I came in and killed him.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Did you
And I
lethal
killed him.
damage? Yeah. All right. So you move there. He can't move. Brutus, you are on the ground. Takes half move to get up.
That's fine.
All right.
And
Do not have advantage, but a 25 will still hit him for 5 damage. Shadow.
Right, I'm going to dance around the crowd.
Okay.
And I'm going to get him with the short sword.
8's a miss. Offhand.
Swing and a miss. Try again.
11's a miss. It's Varys' turn.
You're rubbing off on me.
Well, you have advantage, Jim. You forgot the.
Jeez. Roll20 does not like you today.
All right, the bandit throws down his scimitar and says, "I surrender. I give up. Don't kill me."
I will make a grapple action.
Okay.
How do we do
You don't
that?
even have. He doesn't resist. You can just
All
grab
right.
him and throw him to the ground.
Hmm.
And the battle music should fade out here in a second. And the old guy is picking up his belongings, and he comes hobbling over, and he says, "Oh, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so very much. They were trying to rob me. Can you believe it?"
Yes.
You should be more careful with your money.
It's not my money. See, that's the problem. I'm running an errand. Say, I don't suppose I could hire you for a trip on the road. You seem to be a quite capable bunch. Says the elf.
He speaks in a third person.
It's only a couple days' journey north to Oakhurst, and I guess I wasn't expecting trouble such as this.
I suppose
Yeah.
if the price is right,
Well, I can offer you 25 gold apiece arrival at Oakhurst, and perhaps Lady Hercule will also throw in a few gold when we get there, since the errand is for her after all.
would you be offering any of this money up front?
If necessary, I suppose I could. How's 10 gold apiece to start, and 15 when we get there?
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Does sounds like we could have come to it.
Oh, very good, splendid. Then it's arranged. Meet me at sunup at the north gate, the northeast gate. I have to purchase the supplies, which is what this coin is for, and then we will go. Thank you again. Thank you so very much. And as he kind of walks down one road and looks back and forth like he's lost, and then trundles off out of sight.
Dude, do you realize how many brewskis we can buy with that?
Use you after this. What
Now,
should we do with this guy?
uh-huh. From the ground where the bugbear's holding him down, he says, "Honestly, man, I didn't even know you were swinging."
No more ale for the
I've kind of like got him tucked under one arm.
Yeah, so it's just his
occasionally,
head,
looking
his
him
head
in
in
the
your
face.
elbow. At that moment, a couple of the town guard come running up, having heard the scuffle. They see the dead bandit and the unconscious thug, and they say, "You there? What happened here?"
I just drag the bandit over to him.
Okay.
Yes.
The bandit that is in your headlock says, "I'm sorry, officer. We didn't mean to get anyone hurt. If you would kindly take me away from this hairy beast so that I can go off to prison." Well, currently his head is in his. I think he would think if he
Putting a little
starts
pressure
lying,
on his
yeah.
skull every now and then.
If he lies, he's probably going to have his neck snapped. So he's
Yeah.
he's very forthcoming at the moment. but it was all his fault. He kind of gestures toward the unconscious thug. Right, says the guards. Round him up. Well, this is such like a frontiery area. Anyway, you get some weird sorts in here. You might see a couple orcs, goblins. Not a lot, but
Probably
enough.
look a little more tamed than the wild bugbear.
Right? Are you wearing armor?
I think I have like studded leather, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I think you're more civilized. You've been serving on a smuggling ship for a little while.
Right.
So, let's say he before he took off, he gave you each 10 gold to start with, just in case you needed to spend it for something for the road. But because you've been in Neverwinter for a little while,
I have.
you already
chainmail.
have. Okay, well, that's even better. You all have your regular haunts for sleeping and whatever. I'm not going to charge room and board. So if there's any supplies you think you might want to buy, then we can do that. Otherwise, we will zip to the following morning. Okay. Anyone else?
I don't think I have anything I need to buy.
All right.
I think I'm good to go.
What do we have for starting cash?
You probably have 10 gold, I think.
Whatever your background gave you.
If you had whatever the
Right.
starting background or whatever gave
Mine
you.
says 15.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all just have to deposit,
Right.
down payment. Job.
Do we add that gold now, or does he?
Yeah,
or
just go ahead. Yeah, he gave it to you before he took off, in case you need to buy something and he wants to make sure you show up in the morning.
Maybe he
Right.
died.
I'm a
before
little
we-
skeptical that he'll show up in the morning.
But now he has to. He wants his money.
Well, I assume he
You mean like-
intends to. I just don't know if he'll
You
make
mean
it
like-
there,
If he gets mugged on the way.
or just trips, or gets lost.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
So you go and you sleep in your respective places that night. And in the morning, bright and early, as a rooster crows and the city comes to life, even though this is country village audio. I should have Waterkeep instead. You meet up with each other at the northeastern gate, which is the one right next to the tavern you were just at, right up here. And the old man is nowhere to be seen.
Might be running late. We can wait.
You wait 10, 15, 20 minutes. And then you hear, "Hello! Hello, you there? Here I am. I'm sorry I got held up for a moment." And from where the voice is coming from, you see a small cart laden with something under a big tarp and a rickety old nag pulling it. And he comes trotting towards you and he goes, "Oh, thank heavens you decided to help me out. Ah, very well. We will head north. Are you familiar with Oakhaven? I mean Oakhurst, sorry. Like the milk?" No, he doesn't
What's
say
in
that
the
part.
cart?
I was gonna say there's a dairy there,
With
isn't
the,
there?
the ice cream and whatnot.
Yeah. I have to I had to buy the reason I came here. We have a small shop there in Oakhurst, and we're running low on supplies, and Lady Hercule's children have gone missing, so I had to run the errands. But come, it's not far. It's but 2 days' ride to the north.
I feel like we should see what's in the cart before we spend 2 days next.
If you must, can we get outside the city walls first? And he's looking around. He's worried
Before
about
we
more
actually
bandits.
leave, I did notice that I only have 2 rations, and I want to have picked some up before we get going.
Okay.
Brutus is a big boy. He eats.
So rations for where did it go? Rations is 5 silver for each day.
Okay. 1 day equals 1 ration.
Yep. So a gold is 2 days rations.
Okay.
So you could buy, however many of those you have money for that you want to spend on. And you can ride through the gate without too much trouble because the city's not as strict as some others because of their state of disrepair. And once you're outside the walls, he'll throw back the tarp, and you see ropes, shovels, bags of grain and foodstuffs, and just all kinds of the kind of things you'd find in a general store.
All right.
Candles and pouches and some paper and some lamp oil and stuff.
I still don't trust him, but I suppose this is all right.
He says, "You see, Oakhurst is not that far. We only have to travel the main road shortly, and then we're off into the wilderness. But there is a road. It's not too bad. And I can probably get rid of that.
I was wrong. I was looking at the wrong column. It's 10 rations.
Okay.
Okay, it's 2 pounds is what you were looking
Yeah.
at. I was wondering if that's what you were doing.
You can travel about 24 miles in a day. So looking at this, it's about 2 days. 42 miles roughly. And as you travel the road, you're not too far north of Neverwinter before you see a caravan of people coming south down the main road, the high road here, and a couple plate mail wearing knights just raise an arm and salute you as they ride by, leading these 5 or 6 laden wagons with all kinds of stuff. A lot of dwarves riding the wagon. Look like they're coming down from obviously somewhere up north. And it doesn't take long. Let's see, how many miles was it? About 8 miles before you find a turnoff. And the road you're turning off onto is, it's a road. It's not a well-traveled road. It's definitely not a well-maintained road. But you're on foot, so... But you're on foot except for the nag with the wagon, so it'll make it okay.
Is that the little red dotted road?
Yep. That is I added it myself, little red dotted road.
Okay.
And you travel to about, for the whole day, until you get to about this corner here. Where's my pingy tool? Right here where it bends. And it starts to get dark. And he says, I suppose we should set up camp? Yes? Kind of pulls the wagon over. And he goes about getting out some tents. He moves off the road a little ways into a little, there's a couple trees to set up camp in. And he sets up, where did my campsite?
Maybe we are the bandits.
Oh, hey now.
Well,
And I don't think I have any of your tokens on this map. Can you see it?
You can see the map. I have no token, though.
I can put a token.
Okay.
Drag. No, I never dragged anybody on there. All right. And he says, oh, by the way, my name is Basil. I forgot to introduce myself back in Neverwinter.
I can't believe we never asked your name.
I'm so silly. I'm so sorry. Yes, it's good to meet you, and I suppose I should ask your names. Oh, I did it. I did that again. Oh.
That was right after you agreed to pay us more gold.
That's all.
I'm not that old. So, you say you've never been to Oakhurst. It's not surprising. It is a little out of the way. We're a rather smallish town, only about 600 or 700 folk. You don't have any problem with halflings, do you? I
Should we?
thought I should bring it up because it's about half halflings in this town. So I didn't want to bring you in there. He kind of is looking at Brutus a lot, like I didn't want to bring you in there if maybe you had a personal beef against halflings.
Are bugbears supposed to have an issue with that?
No, it's just you're like
I mean, I'm probably being goblinoid. I'm probably familiar enough with goblins that I'm like used to maybe tripping on them.
Yeah, right.
But I don't mind them, but they might mind me.
Ah, well, I'm sure if you don't draw a weapon in town, they shouldn't have a problem with you. But yes, as I said before, I'm not usually the one who gets sent to Neverwinter for these types of things, and I suppose I should have expected trouble. But I'm so happy that you have all taken this job. It's a weight off my shoulders for sure. But I really need to sleep. So, did you think to bring anything to cook? Ah, I see. Well, I might have something on the wagon, and he kind of starts. No. I have rations. I was just hoping for something like that we could actually cook, but that's fine. Rations it is. He
Perhaps
pulls out like a granola bar and starts go hunting.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could try hunting something. I do not. Hold on. Do I have the survival skill?
Don't send Varys.
Yes, I would say.
I do not have survival.
Is anybody trained in survival?
I think I might be.
Okay. Oh yeah, you are. All right. If you want to go out into the woods and stalk some prey, I will have you make a survival roll.
Can I assist?
Oh, you did make a survival roll, and not if you're not trained.
Well, I'm not trained in survival, but I'm trained in stealth.
Are you trained in nature?
No.
Because it's more. All right. Then Varys could actually apply some assistance, so you can make a second survival roll. Because Varys is telling you, well, I hear deer hang out around here this time of day. All right. With a 14, I'll say you can you stalk around for about an hour and a half or so. Back at camp, Basil is starting to look at his ration bar going, I don't think they're coming back. I don't think they found anything. We might just have to crack into these rations. And right at that moment, Varys and Shadow come back out of the trees with a small deer strapped over Shadow's shoulders. It was a mother-daughter thing. You got Bambi. You missed Bambi's mother. But make a survival roll to see how well you can dress it up.
How much meat you can get out?
How much? Oh, okay. Yeah, you get enough. Yeah, you efficiently get enough meat out of this so that we'll even say your next 3 days of rations you won't have to worry about because you can just treat the meat so that it'll last. You save yourself a little bit of trouble. And then it begins to get dark. Is there anything you want to talk to or ask Basil about before we move into evening time?
I'd like to know, just his story. What was going on that led to him getting here? Why is he making the supply run?
Well, so the store is run by where is her name? A Miss Hukrell? Yes, Hukrell. And usually her two siblings or her two children would make this run, but they fancy themselves adventurers, and they and a couple friends of theirs, one of their friends, we're talking a big game, and a cleric of shit. What's the Forgotten Realms sun priest guy?
Taylor?
Palor is the Greyhawk one, I think.
Oh,
I think there's a the Forgotten Realms equivalent of Palor. I forget what his name is off the top of my head.
Lathander?
Lathander, that's the elven one.
No, Lathander's not Elven, I don't think.
Oh, he's not?
Let me see. I'm looking up the deities in the back of the book here.
Well, whichever it was, the cleric of this guy came into town. He was talking up going into the Sunless Citadel, and the children and their friend took him up on the offer, and they disappeared about a month ago. I mean, who knows? If you're seasoned adventurers, maybe Lady Hukril will offer you a reward to find them. But that's above my. Well, that's not my problem.
Thank you for telling us. I always like gold.
That's that's what I hear drives these adventuring types. The desire for
Speaking
gold
of
and
this, give me
adventure.
all your money. I'm kidding.
Yeah, right. So, would you like to set up watches?
Yep, I think so.
There's usually 3 watches overnight. So, who wants to take first, second, and third watch?
I'll do second.
Varys first.
Brutus can take third.
Great Castle second. Brutus third. Where does Shadow want to take a watch?
I'll go on second. Then.
Second? All right. 2. Oh, true. All right. 4 hours of actual sleep.
Trance like state. Yeah.
Yep. Trance, whatever it's called. Yep. All right. So, we'll go to nighttime campsite. I would like
Mine is not great.
I would like one person to roll me a d6, please. All right.
Chuck, go for it.
There we go.
Okay.
I will take Grey Castles. So the first watch, Varys, you're awake. Everyone else is sleeping. You hear a soft purring coming from one of the tents. You hear a snort or two, followed by a weird wheeze-like giggle at one point from Basil's tent. I think Brutus probably sleeps the loudest, and Grey Castle's pretty quiet. You just sit by the fire and make a perception roll.
Who's conscious making this perception roll?
Just Varys.
Okay.
Varys rolls okay. You hear the sound of some owls hooting in the distance. At one moment, just at the edge of your sight range, you see a deer come out and kind of look toward the camp. Do you? All right. Make a roll. AC of 8. I believe a deer has a higher AC than 8. So it scurries away, and you spend the next 20 minutes putting out the fire that you started as one of the bushes kind of catches a little bit, and you realize this could be bad. But otherwise, your watch passes without any real incident. And you wake up Grey Castle and Shadow for watch 2. It is very quiet.
Why is there a big burned patch in the forest?
Oh, good question.
Good night. Yeah, it smells like there's been a bigger fire than what you've got going. But otherwise, it seems to be a normal everyday night. I'd like. Right. All right, I would like the two of you to make a perception roll.
Oops, I did advantage.
Yeah, I'll just take the 8. All right. Uh you guys kind of end up keeping each other entertained as the night goes by and don't really pay much attention outside. But that said,
Up at all hours of the night, giggling like schoolgirls.
yeah. But that said, nothing untoward happens. No travel on the road or anything like that. And then you wake up. Brutus for his watch, and Varys, who has gotten his 4 hours of sleep, is able to take a second watch at this point. So, as Grey Castle and Shadow lay back down, I would like Brutus and Varys to make a perception roll.
I perceive all.
Brutus, you notice shortly after Grey Castle and Shadow lay down, and the fire's kind of dying down a little bit. It's not too bad anymore. But you notice that the night sounds have kind of faded away. Like the birds have gone quiet.
Hmm.
And then you hear, for a brief moment, sounds like a low, guttural. But just as quickly as you heard it, you don't hear it again.
Ferris, did you hear that? I think there's something in the woods. Ready in action. No, I mean.
You can both make a perception roll again.
Oof.
Brutus, you've lost it, but Varys, you hear kind of a. And it seems to be coming from generally this direction up here. I'm
Yeah,
pinging.
you gotta do it closer to the.
Also, I got to be on the object layer. There we go.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Up over that way.
Did you alert me to which direction it sounded like it was coming from?
Yeah, it's this way.
Okay.
Yeah, I assume
That
Grey
could be
Castle does
nothing.
not sleep in his armor, so it takes a little while to put it on.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I am gonna roll stealth.
okay. All right, great
Ugh.
job.
Oh.
You kind of hunch down, and you get your spear up close, and you go to sneak into the woods,
You got that
and then
whole
you
Jim
step
Belushi
on
thing
a
going on.
and you step on a loud rock, or I mean a loud branch.
Oh, shit.
All right. Shadow and Grey Castle are awoken by Varys as Brutus shouts, "Fuck!" And as you
Usually I don't have the halberd at the campfire.
okay, are you wearing your armor? Well, you would when you're on watch, probably.
Right.
All right. So as you step out into the woods loudly and cumbersomely, you hear.
I'm gonna pull out the great sword.
Sure. No, you
Sounds
don't.
like a forest zombie.
It sounds like somebody groaning. Like a forest zombie. What is your sight range, Brutus?
Sight range. Jeez, I don't know.
You hear what sounds like a tree breaking.
I think we should Basil.
Dark vision is 60 feet.
Do you see anything yet? Grey Castle, you are awake. You have the longest dark vision. You see Brutus. Are you moving any further out than that, Chris?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead. Can't tell where you
Should I roll
see.
perception?
Ooh, can you see that circle out
I
there?
can just barely see the edge. It's
right.
partially because it's
You see some kind of a large hulking shape kind of stumbling through the forest, but it looks like it's, or not forest, the coops of trees. It's more of a plain, but it seems to be attracted to your fire.
Hmm.
No, you're on a grassland, but there's a few spotted trees here and there.
I think it's a bear.
And then it steps forward, and you begin to
It's
think
not a bear.
it's not a bear. I'm going to do this, although you might. Oh, all right. Well, we'll roll.
Can I use my vigilant blessing to give Brutus advantage?
Is it a casting action?
In action.
At the moment, Brutus is not within touch range.
Oh yes, creature touch. All right, I'll use it on myself then.
Okay, we'll do that on the. I'll let everyone has one action as far as buffing goes. Any preparatory action before we go into initiative phase.
All right. That would.
Yes. I think I'm gonna do this. A track called "Terror in the Woods."
Ooh.
As you see what looks to be a large, decaying humanoid
Hmm.
that seems to be attracted to your fire and is mindlessly trudging in this direction. I know that Grey Castle had a prep thing to do that ability. Does anyone else have something? Like a buff spell or something?
I can't move a step closer.
I'm gonna climb to the top of this tree.
Okay. You can do that.
Yeah. I'm gonna stand
You? All right.
there,
He has the high ground. I can't win now. Yes. Yes. Oh, sorry. I completely spaced on that. Right.
Just so you know, I can't see anything beyond the campfire's range.
Oh,
Okay.
I have 300 feet of dark vision.
because I placed your token before I had changed your dark vision. So let me fix that right now. Mister, I have 300 feet of dark vision. Fuck you, and you're hiding stuff from me. And I've been doing it that way.
What race are
There
you?
we go.
He's a Twilight Cleric.
Oh.
The Twilight Domain ability.
Yeah.
Are you? So you human?
Yeah, he can share dark
You can
vision.
share with one person.
I thought it was. I think it was a number of people equal to your wisdom mod.
Let me see.
All right, Brutus, what are you doing?
Well,
It looks like an
creatures.
undead
Oh, yeah.
ogre.
Well, obviously, I'm going to move closer, because
Okay.
why wouldn't you when you see something like that?
Well, because it looks like it probably hits you real hard. And it does look like it's coming this way, so. All right, so you're moving there.
Run away!
All right,
Maybe it just wants Basil. We've already.
anything
got
else?
Is this my turn?
It is your turn, yes. We are now
Oh,
in the actual combat round.
I'm
So
not
you
listed
stop-
in the turn order. I don't
Oh.
know why.
You have to click on your token when you roll.
Do you see my roll in chat? It was a 22.
22.
It was good.
So I will add to turn, make it a 22, and just do that. All right, so then you go first, Shadow.
Right.
You see what looks like an undead ogre.
Yeah, there's a big undead ogre out there.
Yeah.
Am I?
Throw something at him.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab this stick right next to me, and I'm gonna throw it at the ogre.
Okay. Make a ranged attack roll, which would be a straight dex. Yeah, just a straight dex roll.
Right.
How big is the stick?
All right,
Could be a
roll.
strength roll.
It would add your proficiency bonus because you're kind of just tossing it. Which direction are you throwing it in?
Kind of, to the top of the ogre a little bit.
Oh, above him like that?
If I'm able to.
At his head?
Yeah, like kind of past his head so that he.
Are you trying to get his attention?
I'm trying to sort of distract him off to the right.
Okay. All right.
Maybe he just goes away.
So you kind of huck it in his direction, and it gets his attention enough to turn toward you. You haven't actually made a stealth roll, so you're hanging in a tree, not actually hiding.
Oh, that wasn't
And
smart.
and so you have gotten his attention,
Pulled a Varys.
and now it's Brutus's turn. Yes, you pulled a Varys.
All right.
He's looking toward the tree that Shadow is hanging from at the moment, and his googly eyes are kind of shaking in his head, and his tongue's lolling to one side, but he seems to be, for the moment, fixated and heading that direction. All
I'm going
right.
to move here,
Okay.
and I'm going to attack.
All right. I'm going to make his hit points showable. Not his actual hit points, but you know what I mean.
Oh, that's the wrong... I think that's the wrong one. Yeah. I got something mislabeled here. There we go. They're labeled reverse of what they are.
Oh, so you're great swording.
So great sword.
All right. An 18 is definitely a hit for 9. Now pay close attention to his health bar as I do 9 points of damage.
Hmm.
All right. And now you have his attention. Gray Castle. What would you like to do?
Start by moving forward.
You see Brutus go charging in and wallop him really good, it looks like, with the greatsword, but it seems to be barely injured. Guiding bolt. 23 is definitely a hit for 10 radiant. Ooh, let me
Yep.
check. No, radiant doesn't do anything in particular.
No.
But he does take 10.
Okay.
And now the ogre zombie has a Brutus right here, and a Grey Castle that just threw a spell at him, and a Shadow throwing sticks at him. So let's see. How dumb is he? Very dumb. So he's going to, for now.
I would think you would go for the closest thing.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
yeah, but the last one to hit him was Grey Castle.
Oh.
So I feel like he saw Shadow, and then you hit him, and he turns to you, and then Grey Castle. I would assume there's like a component or a shout as you lob the bolt at him, and he looks over at you, and because he's heights above you,
Oh, okay.
he just kind of
So it just charges at the thing that
he
annoys
just
him the
kind
most.
of at the moment, yeah. I'm thinking he's kind of dumb and big, and so he's going to move 30 feet right on past you. So I will give you a free attack if you want to take it when he's right about here.
Okay.
But it may stop his charge at Grey Castle if you hit him. Right, he was here, right?
I'll let him slip by.
Okay, so he goes running on by toward him. Varys. Now, does Guiding Bolt give advantage on the next attack against him? I believe it does.
It does something like that. Let me look.
Pretty sure it does.
Yep, the next attack roll against this target gets advantage.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. With advantage. Make a
Flask.
a general area of effect attack.
It lands on Shadow.
So just roll a yeah, Dex plus your proficiency bonus. Like a ranged attack. Yeah. Okay, that works. 14 is a hit. You hit it right in his big flabby belly there, and you just see oil just splash all over him. And he looks towards you. Shadow.
All right. I'm going to swing down out of this tree,
Okay.
maneuver behind him, and this guy he's been around a little bit, so I look and I see what I hope is a weak spot. I'm going to swing towards it.
Okay. You don't get sneak attack because none of your allies are physically in melee combat with him at the moment. But a 20 is more than enough of a hit. You notice he's big, he's slow. It's harder to hit the broadside of a barn than it is to hit this guy. He's one of the few monsters that has an AC lower than 10. But you do hit him. Stab him right in the tailbone, I guess, given how tall he is relative to you, probably. And offhand?
Yes.
As he whips around. Ooh, 16 hits, but it's only 1 point. All right. And Brutus.
I'm gonna move over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Flag.
Actually, do they have to be? Do you still?
I'm just using one side. Yep,
Does
the whole
that
facing
still
side.
grant flanking?
For you, yes.
Okay.
And I would say it would for Shadow as well, technically, because you are threatening it. You are actively doing damage to it. So, and it's a crit. All right. So 9 points of damage. All right. And Grey Castle.
Oh shit! I rolled the wrong one again.
Oh, did you do your unarmed strike damage?
Yeah.
Roll the greatsword once and roll another 2d6 actually.
Okay.
All right, so that's the first 9, and you'll take an extra 12. All right, now it's Grey Castle.
Grey Castle is going to move back a couple
Okay.
and cast Sacred Flame on him. It's going to make a dex save.
Okay. Not his strongest suit. What's the target number? 14?
14 or take
All
1
right.
damage.
1 radiant damage. All right. Now he's a little bit cornered in, so he's less likely to go after Grey Castle because he's being actively attacked from 2 sides. So he is going to move toward Brutus, because you hit him last. Hard.
Oh no!
Which will give Shadow an attack of opportunity as he steps away from you.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's a hit. Roll sneak attack. Because Brutus is engaged with him.
Technically, would he have advantage on that roll?
Yeah, but he already hit.
He hit anyway, so.
Yeah,
You might get a crit, though.
true.
Yeah.
You could try one more roll if you want. Just in case.
All right. Should I click this advantage
Just-
button? Or just
Just do it without the advantage because you already did the one roll. Yeah. Okay. And then once he closes with Brutus, he is going to Morningstar him for AC of 12, which you kind of nimbly step out of the way as this Morningstar just hits the rocks and dirt beneath you, just sends fragments scattering, and you realize if that hit me, that would hurt.
Hmm.
And it is Varys' turn. Oh, yeah, you do. Did you roll a d6? What is the extra 5? Am I missing?
The oil he threw last round.
Right. Is there a standardized rule for that? Because I thought it was just an extra. Because very few people ever use that. I see. All right. So it's not necessarily ongoing damage. It's just some extra. As all the oil just goes up. Right, because the ground is smoldering. All right. Well, it is Shadow's turn again. The zombie is en fuego, but only for a moment.
I'm going to step up to the behind of this flaming zombie.
Okay.
I'm going to attack with my short sword. Does
With
count as a
advantage.
sneak attack?
It will count as a sneak attack. Uh, 25 hits for 7. Oh, it didn't add the sneak attack.
Yeah, you gotta turn that on.
So 9. There should be a little tick box next to sneak attack on your character sheet. So if you
thought I-
check that, it'll automatically add it.
I thought I did, but anyways. Pay
it's
attention
fine.
next time.
That
Think
is
about
fine.
it.
Offhand, yes. Offhand doesn't get the sneak bonus, but it still hits for 1. The way sneak attack works is you can only apply the damage once.
That makes sense.
But if you miss with the first strike, you can add the sneak with your offhand if it hits.
Okay.
All right. Brutus. Zombie's looking bad, but it also looks like it's too dumb to know.
Hmm.
That's right. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yoink. And entrails hanging out. Beautiful. All right, the 22 definitely hits, and with 10 points of damage, as you slash down, you sever him from left shoulder to right hip, and he just kind of looks at you, and for a moment, you see almost sadness in his eyes as he questioningly looks at you like, why? And then he slides apart.
Friends?
Friend. You a stinky, smelly zombie carcass in the woods. Now, because this whole fight, yeah, it kind of smolders, and if you add a little bit extra fire to it. You can incinerate the whole body and get rid of the evidence. But as long as the sleeping people don't stay up more than like 5 minutes, then you don't lose the benefits of a long rest. So, assuming you can unrealistically completely break out of the adrenaline rush of combat and get back to bed, then the rest of the evening, such as it is, passes without incident. And as the sun rises in the morning, everyone's spells and hit points are back.
Hooray!
Hooray! And we're going to take a quick break for
That sounds
and
good because I
whatnot.
put a bagel in the toaster just before we started, so it's probably crusty by now.